wait, so you think 98 is too young?
Very young. 97 is a good number. Well, I was born there, so,
Okay.
I'm
So
passing 25, so,
cool.
I'm 26 now,
Cool.
Dion.
Cool.
Feeling old now, so I have to retire from many things,
Many things.
Yeah,
But you're not retiring from boxing.
Wow. I never started being professional, I
Oh,
just do
that's
it,
true. Okay. Okay.
so, um, I do it for fun, actually,
Cool.
for exercise and,
Nice.
discipline, as Jordan Peterson will say.
Insane.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
So,
Did you hear about Jordan Peterson's wife actually?
yeah, that's a very good
It's
news,
so cool.
So, and well, our prayers are working, and keep
Working?
praying for them.
For sure. Yeah, we'll keep them in prayers.
So, I watched the 30-minute video, and it's so amazing to
Yeah.
hear, especially Our Lady play a big role in her conversion.
Yeah.
So, how she appreciated the Holy Rosary and so on. So
That's really beautiful. Yeah, we'll keep them in prayers. Continue to pray for them. But welcome on the show.
Oh, thanks very much, Dion.
We're gonna hear your story now.
Yeah.
This isn't your first time at the studio. You've been here before.
I've been here with a group called Hakuna Music. So I was
Nice.
playing Kayon.
Nice.
So, and this is very well done studio.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it is. It's quite nice. Thomas
Yeah.
puts in good work. What I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I remember you coming in that day,
Yes.
and I just remember there's this thing with Ben that we have is that Ben just turns up, just like not uninvited, but he just turns up like really when you just least expect him, and you'll like turn around and Ben will just be there. And I was I was on the mixing desk, and I turned around and you were just there. I'm like, what are you doing here? But that was cool. Okay, and what's can you expand on what Hakuna is actually?
So Hakuna is a musical group in Spain, especially starting in Madrid after 2013 World Youth Day in Brazil. And it's actually very simple. They do adoration, 1 hour adoration, and then they go for a point, after that. Just to attract young people, And it's
this is their like weekly event, is it?
Weekly event.
Okay.
So they are based in Rathmine Church. And also what they do is just to encourage young people to come close to God.
Okay.
Especially, after adoration you go for pub. Sounds good. So and it's been very successful in Spain, and now it's around the world, in South America,
cool.
In England, and here as well. So
yeah.
I'm
not actually. I don't know if I understand how like the music group works. So is it Hakuna is like the name of those sort of mini prayer sort of circles around the world, and then there's the main like Hakuna music group, is it?
No, the music I think is their spirits. They sing a lot, their adorations, and one of my favorite song for Hakuna, it's called Pasión de Dios. Passion of God, of our Lord. And it's very, intense like, to listen to it, right? If you speak Spanish, of course. So, well, like in Spain, it's been very positive, right? And the fact that they approach young people, young professionals especially, and, young-ish married people. So it's well done, to be honest, for people who are, they don't know what they want with their faith, and they want to try and keep enjoying their life.
Yeah.
So,
no, there's I've heard good things from Hakuna. I've heard from that like perspective as well, from someone who's just on the fence, and they've started going to a lot of Hakuna events, and they found it really just good for them. So no, I've heard a lot of good things about them. Cool. Could you tell us a little bit about your sort of life story and upbringing up until this point? So
wow,
yeah,
that can be a long story. I'm only 26, but there's a lot there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've done a lot of moving around and a lot of
a lot. So I don't know if people knows my name. I'm Benjamin, and some people call me B. There's a reason for that. There's very
we'll
reason.
come to that. Play the clip.
Yes. Well, the first reason is I was baptized as Benjamin.
Cool.
And my first name is Benjamin as well. It's given name. And as well, I choose to be Benjamin for my confirmation.
Really?
Yeah, so so I have old Benjamin, right? And Saint Benjamin actually he was a very good guy.
Yeah.
He preached a lot,
Cool.
so he bring gospel to to the nation, to many people, and yeah. So I like him. I like him, and his feast day is 31st of March.
Cool.
And it always inspire me.
That's really
Hopefully,
cool.
I'll be like him.
That's class.
Preaching.
Did you
That's what you hear.
did you just pick Benjamin because it would be cool to have Benjamin as your first and middle name, or did you pick it because of Saint Benjamin?
Oh, I think, well, the priest asked me, like, what do you want for your confirmation name? I look around, there's too many saints inspire me. And I was confused.
Cool.
A
Yeah.
lot of them, I was like, wow, I don't want to pick that guy. I would love to pick another one.
Yeah.
And then I was like, actually, Benjamin is there. Why not?
Why not?
Exactly. So
That's good.
So now I'm Benjamin,
Cool.
and my surname as well. So
Is Bisonga.
Bisonga, yes.
I love that name.
Yeah. So therefore,
Cool.
you can hear some people call me Bisonga.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay. That's good.
That's
That
where
makes
it's coming
sense now.
from.
Yeah.
So
Context
um,
is Ben had a fight recently, and
Yeah.
your like walkout name was Benjamin.
Bisonga.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
that makes some more sense now. Cool. That's good to know.
Yes.
There's a backstory to it, and it wasn't just you saying to the guy presenting.
Well, it's cool as well. They appreciate it because it's easy to call.
Yeah.
And we say fight, but I would say I have some fun activity called boxing.
Nice.
Right? So yeah, and in boxing you have that. You need to have motivation. There's a lot of people are watching you, and of course, you need something to push you.
Yeah.
And normally it's your name, the music that you like,
Yeah.
or someone that you like can bring you to that ring. So I think that's why you hear in the fight they were they refer me as a BB song. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And now that we're on the topic of boxing, how has that? When did you start boxing, and how have you sort of? Yeah. What were the events that led up to you having that fight a couple of months ago, or a month ago?
A month ago. So, short story. When I moved to Ireland, I moved to Tala, and many sports. There's a lot of sports in Tala. Few of them is football, soccer, and boxing as well would be popular among people there. And one friend of mine used to box in Criminal Boxing Club when it was Criminal Boxing Club, or before Conor McGregor became Conor McGregor. Yeah, we used to go there, and I love the way that boxing helping young people to keep away from drugs addiction, and Jobstown is not a friendly area to be, so either you get involved or you're not involved. And one thing that was keeping young people away was soccer or football or boxing. So yeah, the school actually will encourage us to do extra things,
Cool.
boxing or football. So and I enjoy it, same as I enjoy football as well. So
Cool.
yeah, but unfortunately I didn't go pro. I didn't,
It's really
because
good
of
then.
living set, you need to study.
Yeah.
Everyone is telling you education is key, and that's what is key. So
Cool.
yeah, that's my story about boxing, and I love it because it keeps you fit, and as well there's a sense of discipline in there, so and in those areas like disadvantaged area, you need such a sport or martial arts to help those young with discipline.
Disciplines,
So
yeah. Do you find it harder to keep discipline now that you're not training for a fight? When it comes to your workouts and your thing, do you find it harder now that you're not? There's no like end goal anymore.
Yeah, it's challenging. It's very mentally, physically, because you do a lot. So like in terms of preparation, you have to commit yourself at least 6 days a week, working out. And on top of that, I recently go back to do my master's in UCD. Great campus anyway. We have good people there. We say Newman Society
Cool.
is on the top, and Focus Lad as well are doing good job there. So, well, like combining it with studying or work is very, very hard because you need to create time, and especially if you are busy with other stuff, you have, the chance to go to mass, especially in college in UCD. So yeah, it can be very hard on you, but of course, with prayer, everything is possible.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
And how has prayer played a part in your life?
wow. I don't know if I can be without prayer. So growing up, I grew up in very Catholic family. Historically, my family have been Catholic.
Cool.
Even my granddad converted.
And where were you born, actually?
I was born in Congo, in East Congo. So Congo, well, it's in Central Africa. There's two Congo. So I was born in really Congo, as I would say. And so the really Congo is Republic Democratic of the Congo, DRC, just to make sure.
Well, yeah,
Congo
cool.
Kinshasa.
Yeah.
And well, the funny part about Congo is the largest Catholic community in Africa.
Okay.
Yes. So in Congo, you'll have like when I grew up, everyone, my neighbor, were Catholic. So
wow, okay.
Like my area was very Catholic,
wow.
right? So I never met, for example, a Protestant or no belief in my life. The first time I met someone, no faith, was in Tala, in Ireland, So
that's crazy.
Yes. But so over 100 million of people, and then please God, the faith growing up there a lot. We are 48% about that are Catholic.
Wow.
So, and then 47 are Protestant. So
cool.
many Christians, like 95% is Christians
cool.
in Congo. And yeah, I went to Congolese, wherever, to Catholic school. And in primary school, I was sort of pre-seminary, and so like we're learning Latin, we're learning Greek, so we're having holy hours every day, mass every day. So yes, that's how it is.
Is that a common thing in Congo?
At that time, yes, was
really?
Like if you go to Catholic school,
okay.
Yeah, they have to make sure that you got everything,
Cool.
And especially you have to be baptized. Your family have to be Catholic.
Cool.
Before you get in. So yeah, that was a big impact in my life, especially spiritually, and as well my mother was a very devoted Catholic and charismatic, so she passed away 11 years ago, and I remember before that, she, like a month before she passed away, she gave me a rosary, and I never be Marian devoted, So one problem was because of my school.
Yeah.
We used to say rosary, like the old rosary, every Friday. And most of the kids, we find it very long, 20 mystery in one day, right? But yes, my mother actually, she used simple sentence. She told me, look, Benjamin, because every semester I have to go back home because it was boarding school. And this time she told me, look, Benjamin, I think the Great Mother is Our Lady, right? So she would say these things to French. And she gave me the Holy Rosary. Like, this is your weapon. This is what you can use when you are happy, when you are suffering. And I took it. I still have that same rosary now. Like when things go bad, I use that rosary. I use every rosary. But no, she told me, like, look, Mary is your mother, is our mother, and she's a good mother. And then a month later, she passed away, and I was like,
sorry
wow.
to hear that.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, she was an amazing woman. She was she did a lot in terms of charity, helping the poor, the sick, and so on. So and she has like a prayer life, and it inspired me a lot, especially going to mass every day, pray the rosary at home. For me, it was very hard. I was like, wow, why do I have to do prayer every day? Why do I wake up at 6 a.m. go to mass? So now I started appreciating them. Like as I growing up, I was like, wow, I need this, and she was right. To
Cool.
to give me this formation at a young age. So so and then while I moved here, my teenage years, like in school, and I thought like it would be the same thing, like in Congo, mass.
Yeah.
It's well, everyone go to mass on Sundays. Like in my time, I don't know if things change now, but you remember I was talking to a good friend of mine in Tala, young lads who, no, we have a lot of things in common, like football. We're playing football, going to boxing gym together. And this fella, I asked him, like, are you going to mass on Sunday? And he's like, no, I don't go to mass. I go to mass on Christmas Day and Easter. I was like, hey, and your mom allow you that? And I was like, yeah, it's free country. I was like, ooh, free country, But so I keep up with it. I keep going to mass on Sundays, but I quite lose my daily mass.
Yeah,
it was very decline, and my prayer life was terrible at that time. So, but I will go to mass, and then I met a priest, in Our Lady Queen of Peace. They were so supportive. They speak French and so on. So I was welcome in the parish, and so and the other problem is in the Congo you can't get communion or confirmation before 14, so I have to do everything here, right? So I did my communion and confirmation in Our Lady Queen of Peace in Dublin 4, yes. And it was brilliant, to get some support over there. And in school, my school in Tala, we have a nun, she was a principal, and she was very influenced, especially in my life as well. And she helped a lot. Like I remember in 2016, she really encouraged me to go to World Youth Day in Krakow, and I enjoyed it. It was very amazing to see 2 million young people, and I went with a few friends from Tala as well. It was very, very touched how she helped us, and so in school, things change. But when I left school, and then a lot of things changed. She left the school. It was her last year. She retired, and but she supported me a lot, especially spiritually. She did her best. And the other organization that I was involving in Tala, coincidentally, it's called City-Wise Education. So it's after school, and they're helping young people in Jobstown area to go to third level education, or be men of characters in the world. So, and I started involving City-Wise when I was in fourth year, the end of fourth year. And City-Wise, there is a chapel there, oratory or chapel, beautiful. There is a Blessed Sacraments is available, and the priest used to come there once a week, and my school was invited, at the end of the year for the open day, and they left me behind because I couldn't catch everything, like the teachers have very strong Jobstown accent, so I went home. I couldn't bother.
Really?
So and the head of my year, he came actually pick me home because I was living in Timon North. It's about like 20 minutes. He forgot that he's supposed to tell me directly. Anyway, so he picked me up. He brought me to City-Wise, and because he knew that as well, I want to study, I
Mm-hmm.
want to learn more, right? So he makes sure that I went to Citywise to do my study there, to
Yeah.
involve in different activities. So there in Citywise, you know, I started getting involved like every day.
Mm-hmm.
I met great people that I knew from the area, somewhere in my school. And, inspired me a lot because, a lot of people there, they want to go to university.
Mm.
They want to do something, right? They are not in distraction. They are
Mm.
not like in my football team where you have people, no ambition,
Mm.
or, they don't have human virtue, right? And then there, the mission first, the guy who explained me what his Citywise is, he told me that it's based on 4 cardinal virtue. And then I was like, wow, this is what you know, I want to hear,
Yeah.
so in this area. So I get involved there, and I was approached by one guy, who, I think in my later teenage years, he's most influenced guy in my life. I can call him a saint.
Mm.
He has a human heart and a human approach kind of person. Um, so he randomly he was my mentor because we have
Mm.
mentorship in Citywise, and he can do that. And he asked me if I go to church,
Mm.
to mosque. Sorry, to mosque,
Okay.
because most of people there, Nigerians, will be, their religion is
Yeah.
Islam. So poor guy, he didn't know, So I told him, no, I go to church. And the other second thoughts will be like, okay, probably he's Protestant. He
Yeah.
goes to church around the area, right? He was like, which church? So I told him, Our Lady Queen of Peace. So your man was shocked. I was like, wow, another guy, another one who doesn't like the church. I take my breath. And then he was like, no, I know Our Lady Queen of Peace. I know the priest and so on. And I was in Citywise for a long time, right?
Yeah.
At that time, I was about like 6 months or something like that. And there, like in Citywise, they were, they have monthly recollections, and
Cool.
for those who believes, and so on. So, and then he showed me the oratory, the chapel, which I didn't know if it exists because someone, whoever showed me the area didn't show me oratory. So I was pleased. So I started going for prayer there, like 5 minutes prayer, or so, and attending formation in Citywise as well,
Wow.
So and that was, I would say, great things in my life that I discovered in that place, So
And what is in terms of who runs Citywise? Who are the people that or like what group of people are actually running Citywise at the moment?
So Citywise,
or when you encountered them?
Yeah, basically, it's influenced by a member of Opus Dei, but it's not Opus Dei activities.
Okay.
So the guy, he wants to do something in disadvantaged area, and Citywise have been there for the last nearly 30 years, right? And we started in 3-bedroom house in Tala, and now it's a big place, right?
Wow.
And it's inspired by the teaching of Saint Rosa Maria Escrivá, but it is not per se Opus Dei activities, right? And like the aim is to form young people, especially in those areas. Most of them, they are not encouraged to go to university for their family reason, and it's very hard. So so it's been big now. It's very massive, right? And and there's still oratory is still open.
Cool.
And
And is that how you got involved in Opus Dei? Or
I would say it's a God plan. That's whatever I see myself in Opus Dei. Wow, it's just a God plan. The church, Citywise, I ask myself, wow, this is not just random stuff, right? because city-wise, I didn't know. Non-member of Opus Dei recommend me city-wise. I
Mm.
knew the priest. They never told me about Opus Dei
Bisonga.
before. I never know what is Opus Dei, you know. So, but I think I just have one question was in my mind. I saw the photo of Saint Rosa Maria in Our Lady Queen of Peace and city-wise, and I was like, who is this Irish saint? There's too many European saints anyway, so I was wondering who is this one. But I never questioned myself. I never searched on Google, you know. So
Yeah.
I always be, you know, reserved, you know.
Mm.
So, but I don't know if you what question you asked me again.
Yeah, was that how? So basically, how you got involved? In Opus Dei,
how I
or
get
whether-
involved? Like,
Yeah.
I would say, like, you know, city-wise will be one of the things, you know. So because I was I started attending their circle, which
Mm.
is weekly, you know, formation for member of Opus Dei or non-member of Opus Dei. You know, when I grew up, you know, my family was so charismatics. You
Mm.
know, we worship differently, we pray different style, and that was my approach. You know,
Mm.
I'm charismatic. I can say that.
Yeah.
You know, and I discover mental prayer. I never, you know, do something like that. You know,
Okay.
most of my prayer will be loud. You know. So
Yeah.
and the appreciation actually of the Blessed Sacrament really catch my heart.
Right.
And you know, so I started attending, you know, Mino formation over there while I was in fifth year. So and the sixth year I was preparing to go to university, and you know, Eli accommodation come up because I want to live close to university and focus on my career, you know. So I spent for nearly 3 years in Eli, you know, as a resident, as a student. And I always myself, like, what is my vocation, you know, especially at that age, you are 18, you know,
Yeah.
you have friends who are not Catholic, and, you know, my surrounding, you know, were literally secular people, you know, football, boxing, gym, you know. So so I wanted to do something to involve in organization that or within the church that will help me with my prayer life and keep focus, keep you know, being Catholic. And especially in Ireland, to be young Catholic is not easy.
Yeah.
You know, it's look like you are alone.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what I felt when I got to university, right?
Right.
And yeah, well, I check different groups, you know, and I very appreciate them, and you know, so I discover, you know, that you can be sent in the middle of the world, and you know, and still doing the same thing, like still playing football, still, you know, studying, working, you know, and offering your life to God, you know, as a married or as, you know, lay person. You know, my mind was like, being a saint is just being a priest. That's what I grew up with, you know, so I never discovered something like myself or someone like Saint Thomas More becoming a saint, right?
Yeah.
As a married man, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, so that attracted me. I was like, wow. So I can be saint as well, you know.
Yeah.
So without being a priest, so or without being a monk, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I discerned for a few years. So then I joined as a supernumerary member who called vocation to marriage, and some of them are married, some of them I'm not married yet, so I'm still single, but hopefully
Just put it
soon
out there,
enough.
yeah.
Yes, there you go. Yes, I don't know. Yeah, that is
That's class.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's really good. Thank you for sharing. Yeah,
You're
that's a
welcome.
really
Thanks.
beautiful
Yes.
story. And I think I've heard from people the influence that you've had on their life, and even just having you in UCD, like, you know, having you there to guide some of the younger people in the Catholic community. it's just so great that they can look to you as like a model and can listen to your life story and listen to your journey and learn from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thanks very much, Dion.
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
appreciate it.
We're unfortunately running out of time, so we're gonna have
Yeah.
to call it for this week. But
Yes.
we'll be back next week, same time, with another guest. And if you would like to get in contact with us for any feedback, or if you would like to come on the show yourself, you can text or WhatsApp us at 089 467 2000. You can email us at info@radiomaria.ie, and you can also call us at 014 123 456. And also, if you want, you can write to us at Radio Maria Ireland, St Anthony's Business Park, Ballymount Road, Dublin 22. So, until next week, from myself and Ben, God bless and take care.
God bless. Thanks very much.